Hi. So, how do we move from a place of feeling despair, total inertia, completely devoid of any feeling of wanting to even get through the next moment, to creating momentum, to a path for joy and healing and vibrancy and just inclusion in our own lives? It's really simple. Change or language. Change your language. Change your language around yourself. It's very interesting, but when I work with my clients, I notice they have the exact same language which brings defeat in their way around food, around work, around sleep, around entertainment, around family, and most definitely vis-a-vis themselves. The exact same language, down to the very same vocabulary. So, what you will notice, and this is what I do when I work with my clients, is have them become aware that they keep using the same words all the time. And that's what creating the feeling of defeat, and not just the feeling of defeat, but then creates the actual defeat and the inertia. So, in order to change that, we need to change our language. We need to change our syntax. We need to change our vocabulary. We need to look at the language we use, which is consistent from morning to midday to afternoon to evening. And that is why we find it so difficult to create momentum in any aspect of our lives where we think we just don't shine. But the truth is, we're not meant to be shining all the time anyway. We need time for rest. We need time to deploy our inner senses or inner sanctum. We need time to go within and to replenish. We need time to recuperate. But when we use the languages I must, I have to, and especially I should, that's when we really sabotage ourselves. So there's a lot of self-sabotage going on in our lives around so many issues in our lives. Our relationship with ourselves is mirrored in our relationship with other people. We look at the language that we use around our relationship with ourselves. Most people do not even wish to pay attention to their own thoughts, their own feelings, their own bodies. They wished instead to simply subvert it, to distract from it, to detract from it, and to just move away from it. But yet they'll stuff their bodies with poisons and then wonder why their toxic outlook on life remains toxic no matter what else they do or therapies that they use, is because the language is the same. It's toxic language. It's creating toxicity. Our body, our cells responds to the language that we use all the time. And that is why when people have such a rough time really moving away from a language of self-destruction, from a language of self-despair, and especially from victimhood, there's a whole language, a whole other language around victimhood. And it is so powerful. And it is so disempowering at the same time. The language is powerful in creating the victimhood and making us feel victims, but disempowers us in realizing the true magnificence of our own selves and the incredible power that lies within. So I really urge you to go on a purification of your own language, of your thoughts, of your belief systems. Start purifying it. There are rituals you can do to do so. If you are able to work with somebody who creates pujas, I was absolutely amazed at how powerful the pujas were. And there are specific rituals that you do for that. If you can really work with somebody who creates pujas, I strongly suggest that you do. I do not. But wow, is it ever powerful, and I strongly suggest you do. I do other purification work with purifying the language, but the pujas also will help tremendously. So if you have an opportunity to also work with somebody who does hypnosis to help just change your own mindset around something that is very paralyzing to you or just restricts you in so many different ways, I urge you to do that as well. There's so many tools that are available to us. The universe is so extremely generous and loving to us. Listen to a song that uplifts you. Listen to music that uplifts you. Listen to the birds. Oh, listen to the birds first thing in the morning. I actually know people who cannot stand hearing the birds first thing in the morning. That to me shows a tremendous amount of rejection of self, of beauty, and of truth, because that's not what somebody feels about themselves at the time. So of course they reject anything else that has to do with that. If you find yourself constantly embroiled in conversations with people who are simply out to get you, to put you down, to disempower themselves by using foul language, move away from it. Just move away. You can stop it. You can make a decision of no more. Learn to say the magic word no to them, but yes to yourself. So join me here for more of these elegantly raw tidbits by clicking the notification button and definitely subscribe button below. Share this out so that others will really start beginning to look at their own lives and realize that they have the power to change everything in their lives. It's just a relanguaging away, relanguaging ourselves into recognizing the truth of who we are. We do not need to listen to all the subliminal messages we get from legacy media, from mainstream media, and from advertisements. And it's just so much, it's just so much programming that we need to let go of. And so we need to relanguage ourselves with language that supports, uplifts, and elevates us. So start, won't you? You can also go to my Facebook page, my Elegantly Raw Resource Facebook page, where I have a lot of information on there to assist you in this. Or if you'd like to do a 30-minute consult or 15-minute consultation with me, please feel free to private message me here. Look forward to seeing or hearing from you. Please comment below how you relanguage yourself into not giving in to giving up. This is very important, and I commend you for it. Bye for now.